Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hello, this is Steve once again from Rockstar Eater, coming to you with another rockin' episode. Today I am out in Little Tokyo in Los Angeles, which is one of the most touristy parts of LA. It's basically like a little Japan, and I think you've seen me guys come here before for a few different Rockstar Eater episodes. Today I'm going to be going on a walking tour of Little Tokyo to show you guys, especially if you've never been to Little Tokyo in LA, what this whole area looks like. This is going to be me walking around and not just showing you all the cool sights and sounds, but also to show you what are some of the really best restaurants you should be eating at in this area if you were to visit it. All the best restaurants and cafes and desserts and all that stuff, because there's a lot of really great things to eat in this part of town. So this is something you don't want to miss. So please be sure to stick all the way to the end of this episode so that you can see this amazing overview of Little Tokyo, which is one of the most popular and historic spots in downtown Los Angeles. And of course, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because every week I bring you these awesome weekly food episodes that you just don't want to miss. So hit that subscribe button, watch on, and enjoy the ride. All right, so what I think I'm going to do first is start on 2nd Street in San Pedro, which is kind of where Little Tokyo begins, like on the San Pedro Street. And then I'm going to work my way up, work my way till I hit to 1st Street. So just kind of like make a circle all around the neighborhood. So the first place that I'm going to be showing you guys is a shopping center called Weller Court, which is, it's been here for a while. It's not the most popular of all spots in Little Tokyo, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning so that you guys can see what's here basically. So this shopping center has about 3 different levels. So I'm on the 1st floor right now, and then you go to the 2nd level, and then you can go all the way to the 3rd level. You see it's like right next to this really cool hotel called the DoubleTree by Hilton, which is I guess where a lot of maybe Japanese tourists stay. I don't know. But yeah, this shopping center, honestly, I haven't been that crazy about the food in this shopping center, but I can tell you a place that's pretty good to eat around here. So I'm on the 2nd floor right now, and it's actually quite a hot day because summertime's rolling around. Anyways, this is the restaurant I'm talking about, Torigaya. It is a yakitori grilled chicken restaurant, which is very popular in Japan, especially Tokyo. This, I would say, is like really one of the best ones of its kind in all Los Angeles. So if you're in Weller Court, then this is the restaurant you definitely need to go to. So now I'm on 2nd Street. I'm heading eastward, which is one of the big streets of Little Tokyo, like 2nd and 1st Street. And if you notice, like right to my right, all these really nice apartments. These were built very recently, like just a few years ago. I remember before that, this was all just like parking lots. So Little Tokyo is a really nice place to live. It's very expensive though, these apartments, but then you'll have access to a lot of great shops and restaurants around here. So now I'm walking into the area where pretty much like all the action is at. Like on this part of the street, that's east of San Pedro. If you look to the left, that's the Little Tokyo Japanese Village Plaza, which is probably the most popular spot in all of Little Tokyo. So this is definitely one area that I'm going to take you to look at, but just not right now. So this one is actually a very good sushi restaurant, Hama Sushi. This has like really great sushi. I would say this is probably like one of 3 top sushi restaurants in Little Tokyo. So this is one you definitely should not pass up on. If you are really close to this and you really want to have sushi, then you got to go here. On Central Avenue right now, I'm crossing the street, so I'm still on 2nd Street. The cross street is Central. I'm going to be taking you guys into this place called the Honda Plaza. Beginning with Kagaya, which is a shabu shabu restaurant. This is upscale shabu shabu. I would say it's like the best Japanese shabu shabu restaurant in all of Los Angeles. It really represents like the gourmet presentation as well as the quality of something you can find out of Japan. So if you like shabu shabu, you definitely need to come to this one. It is very expensive, but it's so worth it. And then another one you can't miss up is Sushi Gen, which has been here for a long time. This might possibly be the best sushi restaurant in Little Tokyo. They're really known for their really great sashimi lunches during the weekdays, which you can get for like about $20. So this is somewhere you absolutely should try as well, especially if you love sushi. Okay, and then Kinjiro, which is to the left of Sushi Gen. This has like, it's izakaya, which is like Japanese tapas. This is one of the best izakaya restaurants in Los Angeles. Yes, it is expensive, but it is so good. So you definitely need to come to this one if you want izakaya dining. Meno Tokushima, which is a ramen restaurant, one of the absolute best ramen restaurants in Little Tokyo. If you don't really know where else to go, you can hit up this one and you'll be very satisfied. So ramen fans, rejoice at Meno. And then guys, I want to show you one more spot that you absolutely need to hit up in this shopping center, which is Tea Master Matcha Cafe and Food. This shop specializes in the best green tea, like swirl ice cream, as well as matcha lattes, drinks, the absolute best. So if you're into green tea, want some sweets, desserts, then you absolutely need to come here. All right, so that's pretty much it. I guess now we're moving on. So now I'm on Almeda Street, which is really east of Little Tokyo. This is kind of like the border area. But now I'm going to 3rd Street, which is a street a little bit more south, because there is something else that I think is worth seeing, which is a shopping center. Yeah, shopping center with like markets and some restaurants. All right, this is the entrance of the shopping center. Wow. So there are about like, I think 3 stories to this mall, which actually does really look like a mall. And it has like a little bit of everything. Like for example, you have like a gift store right there. And then you have like a Daiso Japan right here, selling all these nice cheap gifts. And then you have this, which has been here for a long time, this Little Tokyo marketplace that has like a lot of food. So if you want to go grocery shopping, I guess this is the place you got to go. It's very quiet today, very dead. I don't know if it's always like this, but I know today, since it's a Monday, it's always kind of like the quieter times, which is a good time for me to come, because Mondays have so much free time to do whatever in the city for you guys. So some of the great places here on the 3rd floor, here's one of them. It's like a homemade Japanese noodles and tempura, which they house make their noodles here. Atsurumaru Udon Hampo, a handmade udon noodle place. Another one of the places I'll show you in a bit is Marugami Manzo, but this is another one that's in the shopping center that is really great. So definitely consider this one if you love noodles. Sushi Go 55, the last one that's worth mentioning. Really great sushi. This is probably the best sushi restaurant you'll find in this plaza. Maybe it's the only one, I don't know, but this one is also pretty good, so you definitely need to check this one out. So now I'm finally on 1st Street. This is the most historic part of Little Tokyo that's been here since like the early 1900s. All these buildings in the back that are really old, that could have looked like it came out of New York City, Manhattan. And this is the heart of Little Tokyo right over here. And it also happens to have some really great restaurants that have opened up recently. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you what's down there. We begin here with Japanese American National Museum. This is where you would go if you would like to see a lot of Japanese arts and Japanese American history. If you're a museum type of person, then you definitely need to come here. It's one of the must-see places of Los Angeles tourism. Okay, this is kind of linked to Japanese American National Museum. A lot of other cool stuff in here. You see what I mean? Look at this building here. Look how old it looks. Man, this in itself is really worth the sight. Wow, so nice. Ooh, here's one worth mentioning. Sushi Enya. This is one of the best sushi restaurants in Little Tokyo, known for their omakase course sushi. Extremely fresh, extremely tasty. Gotta come here if you want some sushi. All right, and another really great place is this restaurant called Marugami Manzo. This is the other restaurant that hand makes their udon noodles. I've been here, it's really great. The lines are super long here, so come prepared to wait, but to eat really well. And then another historic place is Daikokuya, which is ramen. This restaurant also has a really large line for good reasons. They have really great soup broth, great noodles, great everything. So this is another must-hit spot in Little Tokyo. And then the last place that I should mention on this side is Fugetsudo, which is a very, very old Japanese pastry shop. It's been here since like 1903. And yeah, they have really great pastries here. And when you walk in there, you can really tell how old it is. So if you want some really great historic sweets, you gotta come to Fugetsudo on First Street. All right guys, so now I'm on the other side of First Street, and this is where I was at just a moment ago. All right guys, I finally made it to the Little Tokyo's Japanese Village Plaza. This is the entrance from First Street. I'm gonna be walking in there and giving you a little tour of what the place looks like, as well as all the cool places you absolutely need to eat. But before that, just want to give out an honorable mention to Chinchikarin, which is this Hiroshima okonomiyaki that I had a few months ago. If you like Japanese style pancakes, then this is something you definitely need to get. Well, since I'm a little hungry, you know what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be trying this takoyaki called Tanota Takoyaki, which is right in the same building as Chinchikarin. I'm going to be showing you some really awesome Japanese street foods that they have here you can get as snacks in this area. So what's pretty cool about Tanota Takoyaki is that this is one of very few takoyaki shops in Los Angeles, and it really captures the taste and the texture of traditional Osaka style takoyaki. Because a lot of the other takoyakis, especially the ones you'll find here in LA, is like the really crunchy type of takoyaki, but here it's like the Osaka style, which is like kind of softer on the outside, a little bit gooier on the outside or the inside, but then it really captures the flavor and the taste of what you would find in Osaka, Japan, which is where takoyaki actually came from. So this is the original takoyaki right here. I hope it's not going to be too hot. They already warned me to be careful because it could burn my mouth. So maybe what I'm going to do is just eat it very slowly. Maybe like half of it or something. Wow, that's great. Oh, wow. I love the skin. It tastes kind of like a pancake that's been like on the grill, of course, and then the inside, the gooiness. If it's really hot, it's extremely tasty. Yeah, the original definitely you need to get here. I recommend you guys, like if you come here, just really try all the flavors. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this place is that they make it so creative. They have so many different flavors so that you can eat so many different kinds. So maybe what you can do is get a big order, share it with some friends as you're walking around this area, and you're gonna have some nice snacks to munch on. So just remember, Tanota Takoyaki here in Los Angeles. So when you walk inside, it's like an outdoor shopping center that's really like beautiful, like very traditional in its architecture. And you see like gift stores and restaurants to your right and to your left, kind of like this Sanrio store right here. So right now I'm standing kind of like at the center of the Japanese Village Plaza, and on this platform right here, this is where a lot of street performers or different artists would perform up here, I guess when they have shows during the weekends and night times. Oh, I just love the sights. It's so nice. It kind of reminds me of being back in Japan. That really awesome feeling of being in Japan. Oh, I miss that trip so much. Anyways, here's another one worth mentioning, the Shabu Shabu House. This, I would say, is the second best Shabu Shabu restaurant in LA. Kagaya first. This one, it's pretty good. They serve it only for dinner time, but the beef is fresh. They make really awesome sauces. So if you want shabu shabu, don't miss this place. And then another cool shop behind me is this one called Café Dulce, which has some really great donuts and pastries and even drinks. I think they have like the second best Vietnamese coffee in LA or something like that from what I heard. So as you can see, here are all the selections that they have, which, you know, they have a lot of, like I said, different donuts and breads, and yeah, look how creative their donuts are. It's so interesting. Wow. Do you think I should go in there and get one? Yeah, why not? I'll just go in there and let's get some food in here. At Café Dulce, I got a sample of like 6 of their most popular ones. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all 6 today, but I'm just showing you that these are some of their most popular donuts that they have here. Maybe I'll try this big green tea one. What about this one? You see this big green tea one, this huge one right here? I'm so interested to try this one. Ooh. Okay. Wow, tastes good. What's unique is that on top of it, it's like this green tea crust that's on top of it, and then inside, I think there's like this green tea filling or something. Yeah, so inside there's a little bit green tea filling. That's like all over, and then of course the sponginess of the bread. Oh yeah, if you love green tea, you're gonna like this one. All right, look at that. Chocolate glazed donut right there. Wow, that one's good. It's so soft and the chocolate like melts right in your mouth. Yeah, this is a great place, Café Dulce. So if you're in this area and you want some nice like desserts and snacks, especially after a meal, come over to Café Dulce. They got a lot of creative donuts and drinks for you guys. You're going to be well taken care of. So if you don't know where else to buy pastries from in Little Tokyo, Café Dulce is the place to go. Well, anyways, there's your little tour of Little Tokyo, and I hope you've enjoyed this overview of this entire area. And yeah, so basically if whatever you saw in this video is pretty much all the main attractions here in Little Tokyo, as well as all the really great spots you need to eat at. So if you're planning to travel to Little Tokyo in the future, at least now you know what to see and what to eat around this area. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you like what I'm doing here on the show, then please give me a thumbs up. And also please comment on the section below. If probably there's some other spots here that I didn't mention that I should have, then share it all with us so that we can go to these spots. And finally, please subscribe to Rockstar Eater. That's really the best way in order to get these episodes on a weekly basis. So just hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and you'll be getting these rockin' episodes on a weekly basis. Anyways, I'm headed home right now. Had a long day here in Little Tokyo, seeing all these awesome places and having some wonderful food, and I hope that you guys will as well sometime soon. So have a rockin' day today, and I hope you try some of this rockin' food in Little Tokyo sometime soon, and I'll see you in my next video. So just click on the screen and you'll be directed there.